is going on, Governors? Chisgule here, and today we're going to bring you the top three, count them, three legendary and epic pairings. That's one epic commander with one legendary commander. If you like Rise of Kingdoms guides, where we help you figure out which commander pairings are the very best, you should like and subscribe. We've got a ton of videos on that topic, and we'll have some of those cards flashing across the top of the screen as we go through this video. P.S. We're also going to spin the Edward wheel a bunch at the end of this video, so stick around for that. Let's get right into it, and I want to offer you some honorable mentions. Commander pairings that didn't make the top three, but I think are pretty cool if you're pairing an epic and a legendary commander. One of those honorable mentions is, of course, Herman and El Cid. This is a combination that I particularly enjoy because you can pull a 3-second silence chain with these two commanders. Herman's first skill silences for 2 seconds, then El Cid's first skill silences for 1 second. That chain works really nicely. Herman must be the primary for that to work. I've got other videos, and again, I'll have those cards flashing across the top where I explain exactly how that works. I think a 3-second silence chain is really powerful, but not powerful enough to make the top three. Another honorable mention is the combination of Saladin with Pelagius. I think this is a pretty outstanding pairing if you have Saladin and are going to put him with an epic commander. The reason that I really like this pairing is that both, of course, are cavalry commanders. Saladin would be the primary in my perfect world because he's got the support tree. Check out my recent video, again, card in the top, about this topic, where I think Saladin as a primary is really powerful. The reason I like Pelagius as a secondary is that Pelagius is going to generate even more rage, further breaking that rage engine. Pelagius brings healing to the party, which is something that Saladin really benefits from with his skill damage taken reduction, and there are a huge amount of stats for cavalry on this commander. Together as a pairing, I think they are very, very strong. The next pairing, as an honorable mention that I need to include in this video, is Belisarius with Cao Cao. Both are mobility commanders. Either can be the primary, but you can run around in a Mighty Governor kill event and destroy so many gathering troops with this pairing. They've got extra speed from oblique tactics when the target... Oh, not oblique tactics. Just kidding. This one that I can't pronounce. Bloodthirsty Bucellarii? How is that pronounced? Anyways, that's the one. 50% more march speed for 10 seconds after leaving battle is really quite strong. When you pair with mobility talents such as hasty departure, you are cruising on the battlefield. The build you would use, by the way, in that configuration is going to look like this. This is the fastest build in the game. I don't know if I'm wrong on that. Somebody call it out. But I think this is the fastest build in the game. This is what I would use to run around killing gatherers in the Mighty Governor. Let's get into our top three. The number three, in my opinion, this is my opinion, legendary commander epic pairings. Number three is Yi Seong-Gye with Sun Tzu. Both do a ton of AoE damage. In this particular pairing, I want Yi Seong-Gye to be the primary so that you get the benefit of Art of Archery. The amount of boost that you're going to be getting from our good friend Sun Tzu to infantry is pretty minimal. It's like a 10% health bonus. Sun Tzu is really there to do AoE damage and generate rage, and also the fourth skill on Sun Tzu and Yi Seong-Gye are very complementary, elevating each other's damage. This is a pairing that does some pretty fierce work, mowing down large groups of enemies in the battlefield, and is honestly a very fine combination for Ark of Osiris League, battling around the Ark, or just regular Ark of Osiris play, again, hunting for those Ark grabs where there's just a ton of people all clustered together. This is my number three pairing. Now, if for some reason your Sun Tzu was deployed somewhere else on the battlefield, you could use that Yi Seong-Gye primary with, for instance, a Boudica as the secondary. The reason I like Boudica as a sort of backup configuration here is that she is going to reduce the attack of the target. She's also going to restore rage and do some healing, which is great. This works really, really nicely with Yi Seong-Ye, contributing to the rage engine and giving some amount of staying power. The number 2 pairing of 1 legendary and 1 epic commander is going to be a Joan of Arc primary with Richard I. That's right, my friends. Joan of Arc primary with Richard I. Now, you may be wondering, like, Chisgule, what's going on here? A couple things. The intention of this army is to offer a lot of buffs to folks that are nearby. You're doing that in the form of Joan of Arc's first skill. We made a video about this topic pretty recently. She's busted good as a primary because she also has the support tree, and contained within that support tree is Rejuvenate. You just generate unbelievable amounts of rage. This is more than double the amount of rage that you would get for the exact same talent in the skill tree. So we're all about a Joan of Arc primary rocking a build similar to this one. And the reason I like using a Richard I as the secondary is that Richard I is going to do a bunch of debuffing. Richard I is going to do a bunch of healing. So you're going to have a lot of staying power on the battlefield. You're going to be debuffing nearby enemies, and you're going to be buffing your allies. This, I think, is a match possibly made in heaven. I mean, it's not the best of the best pairings ever, but it's really quite strong, and I would recommend using that pairing pretty highly. Another pairing you could consider, if you were going to substitute out Richard, would be to use Alexander the Great as the secondary. And like, you may be tilting your head like, whoa, Joan of Arc primary with Alexander the Great secondary? Yes, indeed. Here's why I like this pairing. I like this pairing because it's going to fire off these shields very, very rapidly. That is very, very powerful in assisting your allies. If you bring your troops into the open field, which you will, you're going to get this additional damage factor and a mortal strike effect, reducing the healing effectiveness of your target. And you're going to get the infantry march speed. You would want to bring full infantry in this configuration. And in addition, you're getting the, well, these boosts are nice. This is the one I was meaning to point to. If you had the expertise skill, you're debuffing nearby enemies, making them take 30% extra damage. This is just amazing. The combination of Joan of Arc with Alexander the Great is really quite strong. I might even like that more than the Richard I pairing, but Alexander the Great is a good bit harder to obtain. You have to be much further along in a kingdom in order to pick him up. So I think I'll stick with Joan and Richard, followed very, very closely by Joan and Alexander the Great, assuming your Alexander the Great is not deployed somewhere else. The final pairing, and I'm actually going to give a lot of options here, and I think you know where this one is going, by the way, is going to be an Ethelfled primary. I mean, how could I have a legendary and epic pairing list without mentioning Ethelfled? Card up in the top, you know I'm obsessed with this commander right now. You know I'm obsessed with this commander right now. I'm personally using her, even though I have a ton of other options. Could use a lot of different commanders, but she makes the top 10 for me. Ethelfled primary. You have a lot of choices for secondary. I think that my number 1 pairing is Ethelfled primary, Joan of Arc secondary. For 1 legendary, 1 epic. Ethelfled with Joan of Arc. You're doing a ton of debuffs. You're doing a ton of buffs. You're generating rage. It's everything that this pair wants to do. With that said, a couple other options that are cool. You could use Ethelfled primary, and if you wanted to go the damaging route, you could use an Osman secondary. That is because of this skill over here. You get 400 damage factor every time a skill is used. That's 800 damage factor per rotation of primary and secondary skills. It's really quite strong. You could also pair with Boudica to do, again, that attack debuff and also the rage restoration and healing factor. I really also like Sun Tzu, assuming you don't have him deployed somewhere else, and he is my number 1 epic, I think, in the game, followed by Joan of Arc. Sun Tzu I really like for doing that sweet, sweet AoE and accelerating the rage engine that Ethelflaed is already kicking to the moon. That is a great pairing. One unexpected pairing that you could use is to actually pair Scipio. There he is. Scipio with Ethelflaed. This is a more tanky configuration so that you survive longer to continue to apply those debuffs. This first skill gives you that extra tankiness. You're going to get some extra healing over here with Patient Warrior, which will benefit from Ethelflaed talent choices. I think this is actually a little bit underrated as a pairing. I think you could use it, bring a mixed army, and have a grand old time. So there you have my top 3 one epic, one legendary pairings. That would be Yi Seong-Ye Sun Tzu, Joan of Arc with Richard, and honestly, like Alexander the Great might even be a little bit better. I'm really talking myself into that now. And then Ethelflaed primary with a Joan of Arc secondary will be my number 1 pick. Now, I promised I would go in here and I would spin the Wheel of Fortune. Spinning the Wheel of Fortune for Edward. To do that, we definitely need to get more gems. So let's go embark on that journey. All right, the first thing we did is pop a bunch of gem tokens. Now, we're going to go in and we're going to buy this $100 bundle. We're in the middle of doing that as a part of the Recharge Rewards event. So we're going to go do that now. We're going to put up our handy-dandy spend blocker. Richard the First, and we're going to make this $100 purchase. Here we go. Maybe, there it is. Bada boom, getting the goodies. I'll tell you. All right, we're all set. I think this is enough gems. We're going to get really low on gems, honestly. Here we go, claiming our recharge rewards. Loving those gold stars. Oh, baby, do we need those gold stars. The legendary commander sculptures and dazzling starlights coming up are going to be amazing. Let's go ahead and take our 50% off spin. Hopefully these spins today are a little better than the previous days, which I'm going to be honest, were a little bit lackluster. Let's see if we can get some goodies here. Let's see if we can get some goodies, and we may cut this short if we feel like for some reason this wheel is just not doing the thing we would hope it would do. Okay, this is better. Off to a decent start. Some training speed ups and 2 legendary commander sculptures is great. Let's keep it going. See if we can pull down, okay, another legendary commander sculpture. Awesome. So far we've gotten 3 legendary commander sculptures. Some training speed ups, and okay, 4 legendary commander sculptures. See, this is going well. This is going well. Quick Smash Squad update while we're doing this. We are reaching out to people who applied in the form that we put in a recent video, up to 5 legendary commander sculptures. And we're talking primarily at this point to folks who offered to be in a leadership capacity in the kingdom. We're going to get them lined up to come to the kingdom. Pretty much anyone who's under 30 million power is like a slam dunk to join the kingdom. We'll create a situation where you can join us. I would hope that that would be anyone under 40 million power. Hey, there's 6 legendary commander sculptures. I would hope it would be anyone under 40 million power. 7 legendary commander sculptures. But we'll see how that works out. The way that Imperium Kingdoms work is pretty tough. So, you know, in my perfect world, there's 8 legendary commander sculptures. My perfect world, if we can lift that Imperium requirement entirely, it'll be a totally different ballgame. All right. I believe we're up to 8 legendary commander sculptures. We're still spinning. It's been decent. There's our 9th legendary commander sculpture. All right. Spent a lot of gems here to have gotten that. I don't know. Ooh. This is getting a little awkward. Do we keep doing this? Historically, it's been so good, but this wheel has just felt really undertuned. I doubt they changed it. Okay, this is better. I think. Was that better? That was better. Ay, ay, ay. This has felt sort of undertuned compared to other wheels we've done. We're definitely not going to have enough gems. Gems. We have spent so many gosh darn gems. Ugh. That spin was decent. Decent. I really need a way to convert these building speed ups into training speed ups. One more legendary commander sculpture. All right, I'll take it. Some more stars. And I think that was gold or stars. What did I just get? That's definitely stars. Yeah, it was gold. All right. All right. I think we've got one more set of spins here, and then we would need more gems to continue. 2 stars is great. A legendary commander sculpture is hard to argue with. 2 more stars and another legendary commander sculpture. I mean, these are good spins. These are pretty decent spins. We didn't get a single 8 spot this entire time, which is pretty rough. What else would we go get bundle-wise here? What will we get? I don't need the Betters bundle. Play in Arabic, I feel like has too much stuff I don't need. What would I buy? What would I buy? Like, I could renew my 30-day gem supply, but I'm going to do that pretty soon anyways. There's no Ark of Osiris bundle, is there? Super value bundles? No, there is not. I mean, I could go hammer and anvil, get the materials. That's like a way to get gems. I don't know. Let me see if I got some more gem tokens here. All right, well, now we actually have used up every single gem in our inventory. We could go pick up the hammer and anvil bundle. We could pick up the hammer and anvil bundle to get enough gems to keep going here. Let's get Richard back up on this wall. Hammer and anvil, here we come. 1 round of purchasing here. We need so many materials to craft gear. It's honestly pretty astounding. All right, 1 hammer and anvil bundle picked up. Now we'll get even more gems. Get Richard back on the wall. We're getting... I like getting the material chests. As a rally leader, I've kind of got to have the very best gear possible. But then I, end up only putting that onto a handful of commanders. So I really like having more gear choices. Anyways, spend blocker. You're up. Here we go. $20 bundle. Boom. $20 bundle is in. Hammer and anvil. There we go. Okay. Daily limit reached. Cut me off, Rise of Kingdoms. Just protect me. Protect me from myself. All right, here we go. Now, we're going to go in and do the last 10 spins. We've got the gems. So close to that 8 spot. Come on. Training speed ups. Gold. Ugh. Building speed ups. Ugh. So bad. I mean, at least we got 90 hours of speed ups plus the 32 hours of training speed ups. 1 last spin. I don't know. This wheel, we got really wrecked. We got so wrecked. Oh my gosh. This was less than optimal. Whew. Ouch. All right. Let's get a look here at our legendary commander. Not quite enough Edward of Woodstock to level him up. That wheel was not good to me, but it's way better value, I think, than buying from the VIP shop. We've run that test a bunch of times, and I'm chilling out on buying from the VIP shop for now. I'm chilling out on buying those sculptures from the VIP shop. That was getting really expensive to do the 8-hour speed ups and a bunch of bundles of Dazzling Starlights and legendary commander sculptures and 24-hour speed ups. It was getting out of hand. All right, y'all. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do like and subscribe. It means a lot to me as a content creator. We recently broke 40,000 subscribers, which like my mind is blown. I'm so appreciative for everything that you all do for this channel. We're going to have a separate video about that. We're going to have a giveaway in the not too distant future. At least I hope it's the not too distant future. I don't know. We'll set a goal, and if we hit it, we'll give stuff away, or at least give something away. I got to think about what that would be, what would be cool. Anyways, I'm rambling. I hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, and until next time, you have fun. Smash in the kingdom.